All systems green. Ray shift is a success, Senpai. Good, good. Now then, Gouda. Let me go over this again. You're in Fuyuki, a royal Japanese city. You're here to investigate the odd reading we got in this area. So, see anything? Anything or anyone that seems out of place or that catches your attention in your general vicinity? Well, let's see. The bridge hasn't been twisted yet. The entire town isn't on fire. There's not a bunch of darkness and possible death. This is a weird Fuyuki city. I don't recognize it that much. There's a woman dressed in Indian attire. Oh, good work, Gouda. It looks like you got it in one. She's definitely the source of the odd reading we got. Looks like she's a servant. But she's no ordinary servant. I'm getting a divine spirit response from her. Oh, I knew this would be a special case since Sheba predicted it as irregular when we detected it, but I never imagined it would be a divine spirit servant. She doesn't seem hostile, but we don't know what's going to happen. Proceed with caution, Gouda. Okay. Excuse me. Hey. Wait, let's spritz some cologne on. Put on our spray tan. Gel our hair up. Excuse me. Do you got a moment? Let's chatter up. Hey, yes. What is it? I know I've been wandering around the same spot for a while now, so of course you think I'm suspicious, but I promise I'm absolutely not a shady sort. Oh? Forgive me if I'm wrong, but are you by chance a master who's formed a contract with a servant? Alright, damn. She got it in one. Indeed I am. I contract with lots of servants. Wonderful. Then I don't have to explain all the basics to you. I'm not the least bit shady. I'm, get this, a wayward servant who has nothing to hide. Well, thanks for the polite explanation, but it's not just about being polite. She acts like the passive type, but she's got a heck of a stubborn attitude. Despite her appearance, she's almost certainly no pushover. Be careful, Gouda. Way to explain Sakura's entire characterization in 2 sentences. That's not nice, Da Vinci. She was honest about being a wayward servant. And while I know neither her circumstances nor her true name, I'm sure she's a wonderful servant. Oh, are they your friends? It's nice to be in such a lively group. They're transmitting their voices from somewhere across both space and time. Am I correct? Yeah, that is a great interpretation. It's nice to have a divine spirit who's quick on the uptake. You can tell I'm a divine spirit, a goddess servant, even with my weakened spirit origin. Yeah, it's difficult to explain, but we've encountered our share of goddesses, and every one of them has been pretty distinctive. Ah, what wonderful encounters! You must have gone through intensive training. I don't know which goddesses you've encountered, nor do I know what kind of humans were used as vessels. But since you already understand the basics, I see no reason to hide my identity. Allow me to formally introduce myself. I am Parvati. I am manifested here using this girl's body as a vessel. She's someone to whom I am attuned in both body and soul. What about the goddesses that aren't using a vessel, like Quetzalcoatl? Or Artemis? Are they just cheating? Probably. Vessel, so a pseudo-servant. Yes, it has been something of a confluence of coincidences. Parvati is a famous goddess from Indian myth. She's the divine wife of Shiva and is the embodiment of kindness and grace. She doesn't seem to be a dangerous divine spirit, which is a relief. Yeah, if that woman is really Parvati, you're not in immediate danger. After all, there really aren't any myths about Parvati doing battle. Goddesses tend to be pretty fickle. They just love punishing humans at even the slightest hint of provocation or disrespect. But as long as she truly is Parvati, anything dark... Wait a minute. A goddess whose portfolio includes beauty and gentleness? This is bad. Really bad. Because she's not a goddess of war and beauty, but she's exclusively a goddess of beauty. She's the same as me. Let's just put Da Vinci's antics aside. I'm curious about the individual who became her vessel. Excuse me, Miss Parvati. May I ask what has happened to the owner of that body of yours? You're asking about the state of this body's owner. I didn't think you would ask that question so quickly. You're bold, though you seem mild-mannered. Or at least you're certainly cautious. You have the Kohai thing going on, and we have similar personalities. Miss Parvati? Nothing. Were I in your shoes, I would have asked the same question. The original owner of this body isn't here. That is, she isn't asleep, and she hasn't been destroyed or anything. Being a divine spirit, this is embarrassing to admit, but she and I have merged together seamlessly. Merged? Does that mean the human girl's soul, embraced the divine spirit Parvati, or rather she didn't lose to you? Oh, I know. I may not be a god of war, but even so, to be able to retake control from a divine spirit, I'm speechless myself. This body is... well, it's basically me now. You know, I'm told that I'm gloomy, scary, and strong-willed. My memories and behavior are all Parvati, but expressed through her personality. We combined our good aspects and cut away the bad parts in a sort of mutual consensus, creating a new pseudo-servant. The girl's past and memories were sealed when we merged. After all, no human can bear the full weight of a god's mind and memories. But in exchange, my preferences and decision-making were all entrusted to her human nature. This may be hard to understand, but let's see. Are you familiar with the concept of magical girls?
Intimately.
I'm not too far off from that concept. It's a temporary state I can't change back from. But were I to do so, I would forget everything as soon as I did.
I get it.
Nyampasa.
Thank you 54 for the follow. Welcome.
I figured we'd find a vessel once I knew we were dealing with the divine spirit, but this is a pretty far cry from what we saw in Uruk. In that case, it was a goddess using a human as her core, but this seems to be a human using a goddess as her core. Either way, that girl must have some sort of connection with the Holy Grail and servants. Typically, the human in the god's compatible with is just used as a vessel. The god puts a small part of their power into the vessel and kind of forces their way into that person to manifest as a servant. At least that's how it usually works for a pseudo-servant. You seem to be something of a special case, though. But ultimately, you're not really much different from the other divine spirits in Caldia. Ah, so there are others like me. That's good to know. I'm not particularly comfortable with excessive fear or worship from those around me. I would very much like for you to interact with me naturally, just like how you treat anyone else.
Well, knowing the gods and goddesses and knowing the divinities that we do, most of them would probably tell you to fuck off. Cough, cough, Ishtar, Gilgamesh, cough, cough.
Thank you for your concern, Parvati. By the way... Oh, you can just call me Par. My name's kind of long and a bit hard to say, don't you think?
Nah.
Okay, I'm a little apprehensive about that, but... Very well, Par. Hi! This is my first time going by a nickname. I'm really being quite sociable, aren't I? That makes me happy. The owner of this body and I are both naturally very shy. But by combining the best parts of ourselves, I believe we're better able to speak our mind and not be so timid. We can assert ourselves and say what we like. Just that fact makes this manifestation worth it.
So Par, what's a goddess like you doing in a place like this?
Oh, yes, I forgot. There's no time for me to be standing around here being all happy. Well, simply put, I'm looking for something. I know it's around here somewhere. You mean in Fuyuki during this age? Yes, this city seems to have some sort of connection to my body. And so I thought that if I wandered around this place, I'd eventually come across it. But this Fuyuki seems to be different than the one that my body is familiar with. Embarrassing as it is to admit, I seem to have gotten lost and landed myself in a bit of a bind.
Would you like some help? Are Mash and Parvati drawn by the same artist? No.
Yes, we do have some connection with Fuyuki, and we can provide a bit of backup from here. We may be able to be of some help. Well, if you really want to, then I'd welcome it. But are you sure you want to help me? We've only just met.
Thumbs up.
Oh, what kind-hearted people you are. I must show my appreciation for your generosity.
The face shape is similar because Parvati is based off of a character drawn by the artist that made MASH. So, different artist, but same base.
Oh, my apologies. I've yet to learn your names. May I ask what they are?
I'm Gouda.
Gouda. So your name is Gouda. Suddenly, I want some cheese. Yes, I think that's a wonderful name. Pleased to meet you, Gouda. And Miss Mash and Miss Genius Da Vinci. So, that thing you're looking for, do you have any other clues other than that it's in the city? No. This is more of an instinctual thing, so I think I'd know if it were nearby. Then we have no choice but to search the area. Let's map out the area and we'll keep track of where you've covered as you do it. This could take a while, but if you just do it bit by bit, I'm sure we'll find what Par is looking for eventually. Wow, and I thought you were the same as me, but you take initiative much more than I do, Mash. But that is very promising. Running into you is the best thing that could have happened to me here. I'm so lucky. Now let's get going. I'm counting on you, everyone. By the way, Par, that thing you're carrying, is that a lance? Oh yeah, I was wondering the same thing. You're class's lancer, right? But I've never heard of Parvati carrying a lance. Oh, you're right. This is a tuning fork. This actually isn't mine. I've borrowed it from my husband, Shiva. Ah, that's Shiva's trident, Trishula. So that's why you're a lancer.
It's not a trident. A trident has 3 tips. It has 2 tips. So you would call it a bident, really. It has 3? That's barely a tip. Come on. Look at that tuning fork. That tiny 3rd tip isn't a real tip.
Since I'm only borrowing this, I can't really do as much with it as Shiva could. And I customized it a little so I could use it easier. It's probably far from what a lance should look like. Well, no, it's probably just not as cool because I'm the one who customized it. I may be a goddess, but I'm kind of a klutz. No, that's not true. No matter how clumsy you are, I'm sure you're a very diligent worker, Par. I have absolutely no reason to believe that, but I'm certain of it because I feel such a close connection with you. Mash-chan. But hearing you say that about me gives me so much determination. I may not have as much firepower as Shiva, but since I have manifested, that proves that I am a full-fledged Lancer servant. Hiya!
What was that wobbly move?
It's hiya! It's what all martial artists shout. Oh, jeez. You're doubting me now, aren't you? I know I'm a beginner at being a Lancer, but I am still a goddess. I may not look cool, but I'm definitely really strong when I fight. Probably. If an enemy comes, I'll just slap them, like this! I may borrow Shiva's power, but I still plan on doing it my way, by being splendid and graceful. Don't worry, I won't summon any weird shadows or anything.
Eh?
What does she mean by weird shadows? I think she's trying to show that she's strong in her own way. It might be rude of me to say this, but she seems more elegant and cute, really. A goddess will always be a goddess, I suppose. That's why even if we encounter enemies on our way, there's nothing to worry about, Gouda. You were all kind when I was in a tough spot. Now I swear on my honor as a goddess, I will protect you all. Normally you wouldn't expect much from a goddess like Parvati in a melee battle. But it's a different story if you consider the mythology surrounding her. If you trace her roots, you'll find it quite the warlike. Huh? That's... Is that cursed arm over there? It looks like he's doing something shifty by the road. I wonder... Har? I'm not sure, but I sense something. He is a bad man. Well, that might technically be true in terms of alignment. I feel that we need to proceed with extreme caution. This feeling is bubbling up within me. And what should I call it? It's just a vague association, but there's a smell on him that bothers me. It's like this terrible smell of bugs. It's all very instinctual, and I can't express it very well. But anyway, the fact of the matter is that he's an evil man. And a goddess like me simply cannot allow that to stand. Hold it right there, suspicious masked man.
Well, are you perhaps addressing me? Well, you're the only masked man around. Very true. What business do you have with me? I see a young lady who has been glaring at me for the past few minutes.
As I believe that sincere words will reach even those who are evil, I will ask you this. What are you doing here?
What am I doing? Now that I think of it, that is quite a profound question. Many factors have led me here. However, to put it simply, perhaps it's best to say that I'm disposing of those who are empty or those who have lost their place.
What did you say?
Sir, I found some. There's a ton over by the river.
Oh yeah, so it seems. Let's head over right away. This is very exciting.
He even has some mean-looking minions. They have some nerve. I mean, wait a minute. I know that the world is full of wicked, soulless people who have lost their way. But even so, as a goddess, they're all my beloved children. I will not turn a blind eye to the senseless murder of innocents. Stay right where you are, you murdering assassin. It's probably not hard to tell, but I am mad.
I like to think that she delivered the line with the same intensity that I did. I am mad.
That look on Par's face. She's intimidating even for a goddess. Bingo! Parvati is usually described only as Shiva's wife, a goddess who is very mild-mannered. But since she is Shiva's wife, Parvati is often identified with his other wife, Durga, who is the goddess of battle. And on top of that, she's also identified as Kali, who was born from the two gods. Long story short, if you get Parvati mad, she's terrifying. This is no time for idle chatter. If you are truly a disciple of justice, you cannot let these evil men walk free. Now come, Gouda. We must give these nasty bug-smelling murderers divine punishment.
I'm mad.
神々の力はここに。このニトクリス、容赦はしません。お望みとあらば、承知いたしますね。苦しみなさい。
Feel like this is a big misunderstanding. You and everyone.
お望みとあらば、承知いたしました。せい。不敬者。大逆には死を。大逆には死を。承知いたしました。あらあらまあ。ニトクリスの鏡を見たいのですね。屍の鏡、暗黒の鏡。扉となり、恐怖をここへ。アントゥーネブタジュセル。このままでは。すぐに 再会できるでしょう。ただし冥界での話ですが。
We did it.
Oh, there's no reason to fight to the death here. I'll just be the bigger man and say you've got me.
Oh yeah, you're a lot more accommodating than I expected. So that horrid, filthy scent of insects was just something that rubbed off onto you. You must scrub hard to get the smell off of you, understood?
Well, not really, but men, put your weapons down. Do as this woman says.
Damn, why? But we just met you, our mentor, and we were on the verge of bettering ourselves.
Bettering yourselves?
I'm going to ask you again. What were you doing here? Could you tell us again?
I don't remember lying to you, so my answer has not changed. I'm disposing of those that are empty.
I'm sorry, but can you please clarify, without the poetic assassin phrasing?
He's picking up trash, isn't he?
So it wasn't clear, eh? Well, let me put it in plainer terms. We were picking up all of the empty bottles and cans people left here. What of it?
Eh? But you're a Hassan! What does that matter?
I had some time on my hands, so I pick up things that can be recycled. I'm the sort who collects all the daggers I throw from the battlefield. And this habit has left it somewhat painful for me to see the culture of fast consumption in this age. It can be so terribly wasteful. After a while, the young men who had time and shared in my beliefs gathered here and began to assemble and volunteer their time to assist me.
Yeah, our mentor became known for turning our delinquent ways around for the better. Hawkmo from 3rd Street even landed his dream job at an IT company, and I'm gonna start work at this company called Goldman something. You shouldn't judge people by their looks, you know. What matters is leading an honest and hard-working life.
Indeed, they can save face and regain something of an identity.
I don't know why, but he gets on my nerves. Maybe we had a connection in our past lives.
Can I keep talking? Right, even if he was judged by his looks, no matter what his past was, our mentor's unwavering spirit to keep going was what attracted us to him.
Oof. You think far too much of me, boy. But a little flattery never hurt anyone. Keep going.
But you're still an assassin, correct? Aren't you the bad guy of all bad guys who, under the order of a bug-smelling master, killed both humans and servants?
Sorta.
I don't quite know what you mean. Yes, I am an assassin, a nominally evil being. But now I am first and foremost the servant of Master Gouda. Without being ordered to do so, I would certainly never attack at random.
I forgot to mention, but Hassan's actually a really nice guy.
Eh? Such a thing is actually possible. I'm terribly sorry. I'm such a klutz in every possible way.
Baka baka. Baka baka.
Baka baka.
Just roaming around doing good? Yeah. Why not? we've got some downtime. Why not let a servant go chill, do what they feel like, and if they happen to feel like picking up some litter, well, that's a good time. Oh, with minor exceptions. We can't let certain servants do what they feel like.
Oh, I can't believe what I did. I feel just awful.
No worries, it happens, it's fine.
Master is right, Par. Anyone can make mistakes, you know. Even Hassan laughed it off and forgave you. That said, we were all a bit shocked at how mad you got. You too, right, Gouda? That incredible, if dark, fighting spirit that was practically pouring from you. It sure reinforced that you're definitely a god.
Now I know not to make you mad.
Please don't talk about that. All that anger and it was just a misunderstanding. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. Well, there's one tiny bit of silver lining. Compared to what happens when I'm really angry, that was just the tip of the iceberg. Fortunately, since I'm a pseudo-servant, I'm 100% good, wholesome goddess. I won't let that destructive negativity out so easily. Are you trying to say that your real anger is even more intense than what we saw?
That wasn't much of an answer, but let's try not to take her off.
No, you don't have to worry that much. What I mean is that you'll never see my true fury. What I'm looking for isn't around here. Maybe it's just that I'm still not used to this since I just manifested. Oh hey, I meant to ask you, why did you manifest in the first place? Does it have to do with what you're looking for? Oh no, what I'm seeking is more of just a bonus. Or, well, it's sort of all I had in mind. Or what all in my mind. There's a legitimate reason for my manifestation. It's very difficult to put into words, though. But let's see. It feels like there's something that I must do. If you manifest as a servant, that means you'll need a master to help you accomplish whatever it is you want to do. So, what do you think? I can very confidently put forward Gouda as a highly recommended master. I agree wholeheartedly. Senpai truly is a reliable master. Right. I completely forgot that a servant needs a master. Gouda is, of course, a pure and just individual. You're right, it would be best for me to continue receiving Gouda's support. Wait! You're not getting away. Pink aerial stunts are a no-no. Ah, that voice. I'm paw trolling my territory. That's right, it's Mew.
A wild animal appears.
Jaguar Warrior, why are you here? Shut up, you perpetrator! This is Jaguar's territory. Power over life and death, love and death, fish or beef. Know that everything hinges on the whims of the mistress of this territory, me. Sensei, that's such an absurd role. I don't actually know why I called that thing Sensei. It just came out. Of course you did. This jaguar actually stands above all living creatures to be an example to all. I'm the ultimate creature of education.
Also, look, chat, it's another goddess.
I'm gonna give you a snippet of truth. Eating meat makes you super happy, and nap time is the doorway to your dreams.
technically true.
I tried to make it sound Nirvana-y because there's an Indian goddess in front of me. What do you think? No good? Oh, I see. Whatever, I'm being super generous today. Take a look at student number EX, who also worships me. Actually, she just dragged me out here. And why are you calling me student number EX? Actually, that girl is even more of a rare case than we are. Maybe you could leave her out. The gang's back together. I'm feeling invincible. I've clinched this. Oh, this is nuts. Although I kind of understand instinctively calling her sensei. But there's something that I've never met with Master. Or there's someone I've never met with Master. And she's so pretty. Anyway, I should politely introduce myself to people when I meet them for the first time. Hello, One-chan. Yes, hello, Ilyasville. My name is Parvati. Eh? Did I say my name already? The world and distant space sometimes align by sheer coincidence, like the light hitting a kaleidoscope to form a distinct and dazzling pattern. Our encounter must be like that kind of miracle. Either way, I'm glad to see that you're well and happy, Ilyasville. Oh, okay. Thanks. Boy, trying to chat up my student is forbidden. I've heard enough now. This Jaguar is here to object to what you were talking about. What were we talking about?
About a contract. I've got it drawn up right here. You could skim it if you wish to read it. You might want to get a lawyer present, but I could notarize the whole thing right here. I just need your signature in these 3 spots, and then our contract will be complete. The fool didn't read the fine print.
Right, that's it. I ask of you. I've always wanted to say that line. It feels nice. I knew I was the real heroine. Anyway, I ask of you, are you positive you want to come to Caldia? That was what we were talking about. And yes, if I have the chance. Listen, Caldia's no ordinary place. Get this, Caldia has Emiya, and Emiya, and even another Emiya. On top of that, there's even a possibility that more Emiyas will pop up one day. Sukhavati!
Well, she's not lying.
So what do you think? Confused? Yes, very confused. I like your honesty. Now, do you really think the psyche of a serious Kohai type would be able to withstand the ridiculous hell that is Caldia? Testing that resolve in a ferocious fight is the duty of an educator. Let's go, student number EX. Now is the time to show our senpai powers, strengthened by having to endure that weird hell for so long. Eh? So I'm on this side? I don't want to be on your side. I don't want to fight against Master. You idiot, if you do a good job here, your dream of appearing in bloomers won't have to remain a dream.
It's time to throw the fight, chat.
I don't want that either. Eh? Are you kidding me? Fine, then how about I help you do your homework for a week? She stopped moving. Trying to make an innocent girl do your work by bribing her makes you a terrible teacher. You must be punished.
I see we're reloading back to the menu, aren't we? Yeah, we are. Time of day update. That new anime coming out, is it safe to watch without advanced knowledge of Go's overall story? I've heard it's compartmentalized, but you're not sure. Anubis set. It'll probably be mostly self-contained to Babylonia with some, it's actually more than likely going to have some pretty glaring references to earlier parts of Fate Go. Because for anyone watching it, it's going to be assumed that they know what happens up to the Babylonia part in Fate Go. And more than likely, it's assumed that pretty much everyone that watches it is going to know what happens in Babylonia as well. There is a episode 0 that gives a tiny bit of backstory and stuff, but nothing major. Yeah, it's kind of, the episode 0 is kind of like a quick info dump for some backstory. Man, we're really about to punish Taiga for her sins. Poor Taiga, she got bukuroshita. Fortunately, that means no Ilium bloomers. Feels bad, man. Oh, does Parvati know Ilya? More than likely because she's manifested in Sakura's body and Sakura knows Ilya. In fact, Sakura and Ilya were good friends.
Gah! How could this happen? We're both Lancers! So this is what happens when you get a 4th star. I guess that means I have to work on my homework on my own. Game, set, and match. So this is your resolve, huh? You've got true grit. But let me ask you again. And this time I want your final answer. Cute girl who'd be cuter with some Sakura petals decorating her. Do you really think you'd be happy if you came to Caldia? Yes, I think so. To be happy, to make someone else happy, or even to be happy by making someone else happy. I'm sure that there are many different methods. But no matter what, as long as I'm myself, I know that people around me will be happy. Isn't that what being a goddess is all about? Got it. If you have that much confidence in yourself, I have nothing more to say. But, it's just too perfect. It just doesn't feel right. Don't you need some kind of dark side to you? Rest assured, I may have cut away the shadowy parts of myself, but make no mistake, there is such a thing as shadows in the light. Gouda and the others are well aware that I'm not just the pure good parts of myself. That is why I'm able to somewhat participate in battle, like smacking people. Well, that's not exactly what I meant. Ah, crap, I'm almost out of energy. Farewell, everyone. Look forward to the next exciting installment of the Jaguar Warrior Show. She just does whatever she wants, doesn't she? She looks an awful lot like someone I know.
I'll check your homework later.
Really, Gouda? Yay! I'll wait with tea and snacks at the ready. You really are kind, Senpai. If I didn't have work to do, I would love to join in. While I don't have homework, I always feel that studying the books in the library is important. I'm sure that I would make great progress in my studies if I asked Senpai lots of questions, and I'm sure it would be fun.
Honestly, Mash would be far more suited to tutor and double-check Ilya's homework. Because her, book learning knowledge is up there.
Thanks to that mysterious jolly animal, we took an unexpected detour. But I have a feeling that we're getting close to what I'm seeking. We just have a little more to go. Please bear with me, Gouda.
Studying leads to looting. Shh. Evo. Shh. Don't let Mash know. She can never know what goes on behind closed doors.
There it is. I'm sure that's it. Someone's standing over there.
Oh god, I forgot about this pose. Chat. I want you to take your right arm and do what Medusa's doing with your right arm now. Oh god, it hurts. Takeuchi, what the fuck were you thinking? You can do it, but it's real uncomfortable. Like, pull your arm up damn near parallel the way hers is. And then pretend you're moving around like that. Also, you're probably bending over a bit. You need to keep your back straight the whole time. But yeah, that's incredibly uncomfortable and not normal for a pose. Oh well, that's a really old pose. A really old one.
You finally come.
Nobody would ever forget that figure.
Master, why are you here? Well, this was not part of the plan. What are you doing? Those are my clothes. Oh? You found it? You were looking for that school uniform? Yes, it's sort of an object that acts as an anchor to maintain my existence. That Spiritron dress should naturally be in my possession. But for some reason, the moment I manifested, I realized I didn't have it, and that it was somewhere else entirely. So I went looking for it by following its scent. And when you sense that someone else is wearing your precious clothes, you'd never want to give them up and go on a journey to find them no matter what. Do you understand that feeling? Well... So, what is your intention? Well, you see, it's difficult to explain my actions even for me. After all, what I've done here was motivated by a sort of impulse that bubbled up from somewhere within me. But at least half of my goal is accomplished now. I used this school uniform as bait to lure you here, Parvati. I see. So it was part of your plan to be found. So what is the other half of your goal? Why, to eliminate you, of course. While some may argue otherwise, I would say that I'm doing what I'm doing because we're both goddesses. I'm not certain myself, but my gut tells me. There's no need for you to fight if it means you have to use that vessel. And since you've just become a servant, hitting you with a sufficiently powerful spiritual attack may cleave you apart from your vessel. Doing so may entirely negate your existence as a pseudo-servant. So there's no reason for me not to try it. My spirit core is compelling me to try. Now please return to the realm of the gods. I have nothing against you personally, but brace yourself. It looks like we can't talk this out. I may not understand your reasoning, but I can see that you're resolved to do this. But I also have a purpose for being here, so I cannot allow myself to be sent away so easily. So I will defend myself.
Medusa just being a good girl trying to protect the Sakura. How did she change clothes? Don't worry about it. Anyway, the real answer is that she's a servant. Servants can do that on the fly. Have you never seen any Fate Stay Night stuff, or Unlimited Blade Works, or Heaven's Feel stuff? Have you never seen Saber go from her normal outfit straight... Well, from her outfit she's borrowing from Rin straight into her combat gear? It's like that.
This is the end. Please accept defeat. You don't look like you're willing to give up. I suppose I have no choice. Please allow me to speak to you, though I must make some assumptions to do so. I'm an Indian goddess, while you are from the Greek pantheon. Bluntly put, we have nothing in common. That is true. Yet that doesn't seem to matter to you, and you're fighting fiercely to stop me. It's hard to believe that you're doing this just because we're both goddesses. And then the answer is quite clear. You're concerned not about the goddess that I am, but the girl whose body I inhabit. That is a valid point. I simply felt that you should not be fighting. Yes, you may be right. That girl and I do have some sort of a connection. The reason why you feel that I should not fight is because you're concerned for her to become a container for a divine spirit. Being overprotective can sometimes backfire, Ryder. Oh, but don't get me wrong. I'm not quite sure why, but something within me compelled me to refer to you that way, by the name of your class. But I have absolutely no memory of you. After all, I am Parvati right now. However, neither I nor this body of mine feels any anger towards you for what you've done here. In truth, we're quite happy about it. So, you don't intend to stop the manifestation? No. This is a part of my duty. I've been entrusted with a mission. I must deal with my own mess. Well, it is my own fault for making a certain sacrifice. No matter the path I take, I'm certain it will lead me to save the world as a goddess. Even if it means I must sacrifice my life, I will protect the world and the people that I love. And the girl shared my wish to be such a being. It's the wish that we share that allowed me to manifest here. At least, that's what I believe. Surely you must know that this girl possesses a strong heart. Yes, you're right. If your existence here is the result of her resolve, then all I did was get in her way and overstep my boundaries in doing so. You didn't overstep anything. As I said, the thought behind your actions made us happy. Truly. But there are things that even we cannot give up. That's all that I wanted to say. Ah, you're absolutely right. She may look weak and cowardly, but she really was strong-willed. I'd forgotten that you were that kind of person. Please, allow me to apologize for my actions. And these clothes. Here, I'll return them to their rightful owner. Thank you very much. This is a relief. Looks like everything has been settled peacefully, Senpai.
Yep. Well, Par.
Oh my, I'm a bit drained now that everything is over. Now that I've recovered what I sought, this seems like a good place to take a rest. Please rest assured, now that we've met once and forged a bond. So long as we retain that connection, we're sure to meet again, Gouda. Yes. In due time, I'm sure that I will become your servant. And when that happens, I'll work my hardest, so please, take good care of me. It's okay, Ryder. My shyness will never completely go away, but I've gotten tougher. Even if the relationships between those in Caldia are as complicated as that odd animal said. Well, I'm sure that I'll be fine. Is something else bothering you? Oh, I get it. You've come to like this school uniform too, haven't you, Ryder? Oh, alright. Even though this was originally mine, those who have only seen you wearing this uniform might think a goddess assaulted you and stole your clothes. It might be best to consider making a duplicate of the uniform just for you. Oh, it would be so wonderful for the two of us to wear matching uniforms and become servants together.
So,
I'm sorry, Master. This has turned into something of an anticlimactic farewell. But that's another side of the girl, or so I feel. She can be a little ditzy.
no worries. I have a feeling we'll meet again.
Master, I know that with you there's no need to bring this up, but I'll say it just the same. Senpai, Medusa's giving you a really terrifying glare, and she's not even using her mystic eyes.
Yeah?
Even if you do manage to summon her, you must vow to not treat her like a disposable pawn or put her in unnecessarily dangerous situations. I'm not asking for you to give her special treatment. I'm only saying that you should treat her as well as the rest of your servants and take good care of her. Understood?
Gotcha.
I can't hear you.
Yes, ma'am!
Good boy. Now, let's head back. I wonder why I'm feeling so restless. Perhaps I should prepare by cleaning the room next to mine. Ours seems to be somewhat special, even among pseudo-servants. And not just to Medusa, but perhaps many others in Caldia would feel the same way when they see her.
That's something to look forward to.
That's the spirit, Master. I hope one day to have an outlook as positive as yours. Either way, our quest here is done now. Good work.
Yay, I got a ticket. Alright, that was a decent little interlude story for Parvati. I liked that one overall. It was a good little fluffy Fate Stay Night character situation. Nice.